I'm Johnny King on the road. Trust the experience will be positive for you. Trying out a bit of a different scenario with the sound. We are wired for sound, in fact, you may have noticed. And we're hoping to do a longer series on the road. And this video is an effective way, or hopefully an effective way, of testing the sound out, but also providing some content on a very important question. And the question really relates to how a rugby team forms its playing DNA. Which player is most important to a rugby team's performance? I'm at an intersection. Cars are going by me at a rate I'm not, so I think I'll wait till there's space. So who's that for the All Blacks? Each team will have potential protagonists, or those who we can say these are important for these reasons, and probably more than one. And certainly that's true of this All Blacks unit. So it's not that the other players aren't significant and you can't make a case. But the case that I'm making here is based on not just, I guess, the combination of how this All Blacks team wants to perform on a rugby field, but who is in the squad. Thereby their placement is even more vital, because if they go down, then what surrounds doesn't exactly offer the same type of playing DNA or characteristics or abilities, but also potentially creates a weak link in this All Blacks chain. Now, you may be thinking, I think I know where he's heading. Now, historically, All Blacks rugby, New Zealand rugby, has celebrated both the 7 and the 10. And for good reason. And we've had, a number of examples, none so more than Messrs Carter and McCaw. In this All Blacks team, I think the most important player and most significant individual is Aaron Smith at this Rugby World Cup. The reason I say that is not because he's necessarily the All Blacks' best player. I say that because I think that his ability, his experience, his gifts, his ability with a pass especially, is unrivaled when you compare him to, say, a Cam Roigard or a Finlay Christie. If the All Blacks, say, were to lose Aaron Smith out of the tournament, then no doubt it would be an opportunity, as we're about to go over some train tracks, and we feel a bit of movement there. No doubt Roigard and Christie have ability, but they don't have Aaron Smith's experience, they don't have his insight and nous, and they certainly don't have his passing game. And when you think about how this All Blacks side are playing their rugby, yes, they're going through the forwards, and yes, they're playing effective rugby in close. And part of that is Aaron Smith's ability to be able to work with his forwards, work with his pods, intersect with those who are in close. But it's also his ability to be able to unleash the back line and guys like Richie Mo'unga, and give them a rope-like pass, whether it's flat or deeper. And his time in the saddle, his knowledge of the game, his ability to be able to handle and be composed under pressure. I mean, you hear his voice, that high-pitched yelping in so many test matches, that when I think about who the All Blacks can least afford to lose, let's just go through it. I'm taking 6 props, and all 6 props I think can handle it. Got 3 hookers, 2 really good hookers. We've got a number of locks. Loose forwards, well, yeah, I think so. First 5s, well, it's hard to best Mo'unga, Barrett, and then even throwing in D-Mac McKenzie. The midfield and the wings, I think there's cover there. Guys who are comparative, maybe different styles and different skill sets. But if the All Blacks lose Aaron Smith, then I think the door is open for the opposition to put enough pressure on those who are backing him up, and obviously that would bring in someone like Brad Weber, and it could in fact mean that Brad Weber goes from being outside the squad to starting in the test matches and having Roygaard and Christie back him up. So that's my call. I'm saying Aaron Smith, not because he's necessarily the best player in the squad, but because of what he offers to the All Blacks in comparison to those other players who are backing him up, and what he gives this All Blacks attack, what he offers in and of himself means that he's the most important player. What about you? Who do you think is the most important player to the All Blacks? Who do you think the All Blacks can least do without? Drive these roads. I'm coming to some road work, so I'm slowing down to the required 30 k's, being a good citizen. So pass on your thoughts. Who do you think in the comments who the most important player for the All Blacks? And feel free to like and share this post so that we can maybe get more insight from the rugby fraternity. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, because we're going to be throwing a lot of content on this channel in the coming weeks. I'm going to make my turn down here, and then I'm going to say farewell from a sunny New Zealand as I ride the roads, drive the roads even. Good day.